Hey YouTube, it's Mr. O from Music Hands. Today we're looking at creating beats on our iPhones or iPads inside GarageBand. We're going to look at a few of the hacks that I use to create cool music. It's all to do with drum beats today, so grab your device and let's get making. Peace.
Okay, cool. Here we are inside GarageBand. Grab your iPhone or your iPad. You can follow along. If not, tuck in for the ride. So you can see here in the submenu, we have the smart drums, acoustic drums, and beat sequencer. We're going to look at each of those in their own turn. Today we're going to jump into the acoustic drums, which is also the electronic drums as well. So you'll see when you load up the drums, you have the actual drum kit itself, and you have the patches in the center. If I tap on the patches, you'll see a range of different drums which are included in the new sound library. Electronic drums have a lot of different samples and plugins, and there's even a percussion section now. If you haven't, and you've got the space on your phone or your iPad, go to the sound library and download some of these new packs. Some of them are very, very cool. So I've got the SoCal open here. I can quickly just show you the different ways you can play the drum kit. Just tap the question mark icon in the corner. So if I just have a quick little demo of the instrument. Okay, not exactly John Bonham there or anything, but still pretty cool. I want to play along with the metronome, so I'm going to press play and I'm going to switch the metronome on and play along. I also want to make sure the metronome is going to be running for my recording, so I'm just going to test that. And yeah, because you can switch it off. So I've got my metronome set up, I'm ready to record. Before I do that, I want to show you a couple of techniques. Firstly, if I tap on the symbol here, the ride, with 2 fingers, and I just spread my fingers out, you'll hear they move from an 8th note to a 16th note, and I'll just pull it back into a quarter note. That way I can just use 2 fingers on that ride while I play. And then I can play a nice drum pattern. On record, here I go. Okay, cool. So I've got a recording there. That's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. One of the things I want to show you is that when you play a recording or when you capture a recording, you can merge the tracks as I did there. If I hit record, you'll see that the red bar at the top of the recording stays active. So I can now essentially overdub and add another recording on top like this. So now I'm starting to sound a little bit more competent on the drums. Another layer in there. Cool. But if you don't want to merge your recordings together, you might just want to practice playing and capture a single beat. I can go in to our settings, track settings, go to recording, and I'm going to tap the merge recording. I'm going to tap that and it's going to go off. So this time when I record, if I put this away, and I'll also just delete my recording quickly here. This time when I record, when it gets to the end of the bar, it will stop. So now you see it's gone green at the top. This is not a merged recording. So if I was to record again, it would just delete that recording and record my new recording over. Okay, so 2 features. Both of them are useful in different settings. It depends what you're trying to achieve. The merge recording is very good for layering and creating ideas, and this non-merge recording is very good for getting a very tight, specific rhythm captured. So we have a recording. I'll press play. Now what I can do while this is playing is quickly go through my patches, sliding on the name of the patch Turn my metronome off and get a different drum kit sound. And what's really cool is that I can go into my patches, go to my electronic drums, and I can actually turn it into an electronic drum kit. And it'll translate what I've played on the acoustic drums into an electronic pattern. Might have a little look through here. I remember liking this sound. That's pretty cool. So I'm just going to jump back into my track settings. I'm going to turn merge recording back on, and I'm quickly going to layer a couple more sounds into this recording. Okay, so notice when I played, it sounded a bit sketchy. It's because we had the magic of quantization. We're going to look at that in just a little bit. I'm going to tap on the brick wall, and I'm going to look at the MIDI file, this green brick here. If I double tap quickly on that MIDI file, you'll see it brings up this menu. I'm going to tap on Edit, and it's going to show me the MIDI I've got. So let me play. Here's my MIDI. Okay, sounding pretty good. I might want to just hold on this sound. Quick double tap and velocity. And I might just want to edit some of these velocities to give me a little bit more of a human sound. Notice the velocity window stays open, which is very handy as you go through. And it should sound now a little bit more human. I think I might do the same even for these. Maybe make one of them a little bit quieter than the other. Let's hear that now. Oh yeah, that's a good vibe. I'm digging that. Okay, double tap. I'm going to go back into my MIDI window by pressing Edit, and you'll see this pen icon in the corner. If I hold that, I can actually start to add in extra notes. I might just put in a nice rocking set of 8s. Even throw in a couple of extra kicks. Cool, so I've edited my MIDI file there. That's quite a good vibe, I'm digging that. I'm gonna hit done, back out of that window. Starting to make a decent sounding drum beat, but we wanna take it a little bit further. Let me show you an awesome hack to do with quantization and multitracking. I'm gonna double tap on my channel, my track, and on the second tap, you hold in the second time you tap the channel, and you get this little pop-up box. I'm going to press duplicate. I'm also going to edit and copy this. Bring in my cursor to the beginning. I'm going to paste, double click, paste that in. So I have 2 of the same drum beats, the exact same patches. What I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to double tap and I'm going to split. I'm going to double tap and I'm going to split. And I'm just going to delete the opposites of this. Cool. Now on the second track, which is currently identical, I'm going to go into my little mixer icon. I'm going to tap on track settings. I'm going to quantization. That's what helped me out before when I played a bit sketchy. You'll see this one's set to straight 16th notes. I'm actually going to have a go changing this to, let's say, 8th note triplet, and let's have a listen to what it sounds like. Then it changes. Maybe try the 16th note triplets to keep the speed. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Quite glitch. Maybe we'll swing it instead. Yeah, that's quite cool. Let's try the 16th swing. Yeah, I'm digging that. That's cool. So I've made a little sweet edit there where I've changed the rhythmic pattern of the wave. Another little hack to do with multi-tracking, if I duplicate this and I'll copy this across and I'll paste it in here. Maybe I want to change, I'll double tap on my channel, the sound that I'm working with. Maybe I don't want the deep end. Maybe I even want an acoustic sounding part of the drum kit playing along. Let me just quickly mute or solo this so you can hear what I've got. Maybe I want to take those hats, those acoustic sounding hats. I'm going to jump into my window. I'm going to keep all of these. I'm going to drag across and delete my kick and my snare. Okay, and I'll go into my other track and I'll do the exact opposite of that. So I'm going to delete these hats. Not that snare though. I want to keep the double snare in. And now I've got this sound. So notice it gives me that nice acoustic vibe with my electronic sound. Cool. So there's a little multi-tracking hack using quantization and also sound patches. I'm going to go to my track settings. Not my track settings. I'm going to go to my plugins. And I'm going to tap on my visual EQ. Let's have a little quick mix of our EQ. Tap on Analyzer. It's maybe a little bit flabby, loose at the bottom there. Maybe give it a bit more brightness. Maybe bring a little bit out around 500. Maybe thicken up that kick a little bit later. Maybe add something else. Let's go for a little bit of overdrive. I've been applying my distortion on the wrong channel. Let me go into my plugins and I'll just turn off that overdrive on the cymbal track. I want the overdrive on the kit track, on the kick. That's better. There we go. Groovy. How about I go back out of my plugins and I just add a little bit of reverb as well. Just a little bit of ambient reverb. And I think I'll maybe add a little bit more ambient reverb to the hi-hats. Let's join this one up here. So what would have been helpful, which you guys can do now, is name your track. So double tap and hold on and rename. If I had renamed this one previously, I wouldn't have got lost in applying my plugins. So I'm just going to quickly name these. So to name, just hold on the channel, double tap, hold the second tap and select rename. So I've got an okay sounding drum beat there, not too shabby. Maybe add one more plugin, bring my overdrive down a little bit. So don't destroy my kit too much. And maybe we'll add just a little bit of distortion as well. Okay, quite a cool vibe there. So just to finish this up now, I've got a simple beat, just balance my mix. I'm gonna double tap and hold, and I'm gonna select merge. I'm gonna combine these two tracks together, select merge in the corner, and now it's gonna give me a wave file that I've just produced. I'm gonna double tap and hold on my channel and select my icon so I know this is my drums. I'm gonna give it a nice drum icon. Cool. And let's try dropping it in with some samples.
So there we go. We've looked at a few pretty technical features. Hopefully it was easy enough to follow along, running through the quantization, the merging tracks and elements like that, working through our patches and our plugins. I hope you've made a fat beat. If so, and you've got it to share, drop a link in the comments. I'd love to have a listen to what you've been making. Remember, leave us a like, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time, all being well. Peace. Okay. Hey YouTube. Ah.